President Trump made his first speech to Congress Tuesday night, talking about his plans to reform everything from immigration to health care.
Tonight, I am also calling on this Congress to repeal and replace Obamacare. With reforms that expand choice, increase access, lower costs, and at the same time provide better health care. We must restore integrity and the rule of law at our borders. For that reason, we will soon begin the construction of a great wall along our southern border.
The president also honored numerous guests at the speech, including the widow of Navy SEAL William Ryan Owens, who was killed in the raid in Yemen in January. Corinne Owens received a long standing ovation. Many Republicans had positive words to say about the president's address.
It was refreshing for everyone after such a difficult election season. It was great to see even my friend, the Democratic leader, occasionally applauding the president last night.
But on the other side of the aisle, Mr. Trump's speech was met with disapproval.
While he's talking out of one side of his mouth about the American worker and forgotten man, he's stocking his cabinet with billionaires and bankers and doing everything he can to relieve the burden on the wealthy and place it squarely on the backs of America's middle class.
CNN reported that 70% of people who viewed the speech say it boosted their optimism about the president. To get more insight on the speech, I talked with NIU political science professor Dr. Matt Streb about the president's performance.
He looked different than what he normally looked like, right? He wasn't going off cuff. He was paying attention more. He was following script. He was looking at the teleprompters. That looks more like what you expect in what amounted to essentially a State of the Union address.
Dr. Streb also talked about the role public opinion plays in politics.
Politicians pay attention to their constituents, and so if constituents are upset about something, you can be sure the politicians are going to pay attention to them. What doesn't generally work is when you have these kind of mass calls that, you know, I'm calling a representative from Utah. They're not going to care about what I say as a resident of Illinois. If I am in that person's district, though, they're going to pay more weight to what I say.
On Wednesday, President Trump met with Senate and House leaders to further discuss his agenda. That wraps things up for me. Tune in next week for more on Political Pit Stop.